wanted to start things. Hello, everybody. It's TIMBP Live. I'm Perry. If you're new here, it's nice to meet you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, like the video, hit the bell notification, all those things that you're supposed to do to support YouTube channels. Folks in here early already. Tony Bag of Donuts with the super early Snuffy chat saying for your water bill. Thank you, Tony. Swan's here. Swan was first. Darren's here. Darren Wright, of course. Darren 1 or just Wright, whatever we want to call him. But guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. As the title of the stream indicates, we are currently in quarantine because I tested positive yesterday for COVID-19, and it's weird because Lucy got her test back today, and she was actually negative. So we'll see if that is truly the case or not. But I am hoping that whatever this is just kind of passes quickly. So yeah. Tony wants Swan to fly to Chicago. Hey, Jerry, first time, long time. What's going on, Scott? Hope you're well, buddy. Cheers to you, Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Good to see you in here as always. Sorry, why is the video lagging so much? I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I should just... We're just gonna keep this one on YouTube tonight, I suppose. So maybe that'll help it out just a hair. But Swan says he loves passing tests. I did not like passing this one. And the thing is, like, I don't feel bad. I just have yeah, it's a little bit laggy. I don't know. I mean, I have literally everything else is not running as far as I know, but maybe it'll fix itself a little bit later on. This is Perry. Perry does tech support the stream. Anyway, hopefully it sorts itself out in a little bit. But sincerely, thank you guys so much for being here. I apologize. I'm not like super exuberant or anything, but I'm a little tired. Like I said, I don't feel bad. I don't have any like lingering symptoms other than like a little bit of a cough and congestion. But I don't know, man. I don't know. So we'll see. Swan says, let's all pour something nice for Don. He's had the epitome of a bittersweet day. He has indeed. Aloha to Don Nishida. Glad to see you in here, buddy. Patrick's here, Mr. Bourbon Noob. Lil's here as well. She says, morning all. Morning to you, Lil. And Matt Porter's here. What's going on, Matt? Mr. ADHD Whiskey himself. Matt, am I allowed to talk about Matt Madness yet? Hope I am. We'll talk about it just a bit. John Wadsworth, what's going on, John? Evening, good people. Evening to you, my friend. Good to see you in here. I am in the middle of enjoying something that I just kind of rediscovered my love for recently, and that is just regular old makers. So that's what I'm kicking off the evening with. Todd Koopa's here. Hey, Todd. Junior Pancake. What's going on, Junior Pancake? Hello. So Matt says that I'm allowed to talk about Matt Madness. So I am going to be competing in the opening round of Matt Madness on February 25th at 10 p.m. Thanks, Todd. Thank you so much. I don't know who I am competing against just yet, but I am a little nervous that this that it's happening this way. So, Junior Pancake, which original mixer? Oh, it was actually Makers, just regular Makers. Sorry, I might have not spoken as clearly as I needed to. Let me try something real quick because I think I might know what my problemo is here. The audio is going to cut out for a second. I think that might help it a little bit. I don't know. I had a few different things running into the computer, so hopefully that takes care of it. But yeah, I'm super excited for Matt Madness this this time around, and hopefully I can make it even further than I did. And I mean, I made it to the semifinals, so I'm not upset about that. I just want to be able to. I want to compete against Grease, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I make it to the finals, because that son of a gun's he's already gone all the way to the final round, which is insane to me. So it's what happens when randomizers get involved. So what are you gonna do, man? Also, $20 snuffy chat from Mr. Don Nishida. Cheers, and here's to a quick recovery. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, the way that you hi Donnie. Donnie's here. Yeah, it looks like the quality had cleared right up. Thank goodness. Okay. So, if you want to help support the show as well, I forgot to throw up the banner here. But our method of super chats is known as Snuffy Chats, and the way that you do that is through a few different. You can mainly do it through Stream Elements, which is you can actually see your it's over here. You can see your message and your donation up on screen. You can do it directly through PayPal. You can do it through Square, Venmo, whatever the heck. But the links for all of that are in the description below. I'm not doing a giveaway this week, but good video now. Thank goodness. Yeah, I know. I'm glad I figured that out. It was a pretty easy little fix. So just running too many things into the computer. There's too many like latent things that I had that weren't actually being used. So yeah, I'm glad it got cleared up. And also Donnie's here. Donnie's here, and he is stuffed. Donnie and Diana had an early Valentine's Day dinner. So welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So I don't know, like I'm happy to be able to stream tonight, and I'm also very happy that I didn't lose like my sense of taste or smell. That was one of the things that I was most concerned with catching COVID, and I didn't, which is fantastic. But I don't know, like I just haven't felt bad. Like I haven't felt like I've had anything going on. But I just like, the sinus stuff, I guess, is a good indication. But otherwise, I mean, I'm tasting and smelling just like I normally would. So I guess I got the the Omi Vary. Has anybody called it that before? That's the stupidest thing I've said in a while. The Omi Vary, Omicron variant. Get hashtag Omivary trending. So yeah, I'm just happy to be hanging out with you guys. We already got 20 folks in here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Best way to Valentine's Day is to celebrate early or late. Don't go out on 14th. Yeah, it's always crazy on the 14th. Junior Pancake, hashtag Omivary. Speaking of pancakes, I'm going to be drinking a little bit of our Nulu pick from Swanee. Swanee on the Venmo. Thank you, Swan. Said, love you, dog. Love you too, buddy. I miss you. I miss you sincerely. But so, beginning of last week, I was able to join Chad from My Daily Bourbon, and Eric was with us as well. And we hit up Nulu in Louisville, and we did 3 picks. We did two double barrels and one maple syrup barrel. And Eric did up this nice little sticker on the back. I wish I could. I will figure this thing out eventually. But he was saying that like over a honey bun, it turned it into like a cinnamon roll. Hashtag Omi Perry. Possible, but it's really fantastic just on its own. 118 proof. You can pick it up in Lexington, or if you are interested in us potentially sending it to you and just purchasing digitally, and then we'll we'll see what we can do. Swan says, I would like to clarify, as the resident Nulu nut, I didn't influence this at all. Scott says last week and they're already bottled. Wow. Yeah, they got delivered on like Tuesday of this week, I think. But I mean, that's the benefit of having a smaller operation and just being able to take care of everything pretty much in-house. So really cool. Really happy that we were able to get, especially that it was 3 single barrels that they were able to go ahead and bottle and get to Total Wine here in town. Emily's also here. Hi, Emily. So smash that like button. Feed algorithm for TIMBP. Yes, please do. Smash the like button. Helps. And subscribe and all that good stuff. Leave a comment. You know the drill. I remember like way back when I was doing YouTube videos, even just for like my music, I remember that like the first thing I always had to have in a description was like, share, comment, subscribe. There was no bell notification back then. Mike Meyer, cheers all. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you. Junior Pancake, that's what you call efficiency. Efficiency at its finest. If only like Buffalo Trace could do that. But the thing, like part of that, some of that is actually distribution issues. Their distributors have, what's the best way to say this? A stranglehold on the ability to get stuff out in a good manner. So I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I don't want to go into that, but at times, if there are whiskeys that you cannot find but you normally could find, a lot of that sometimes has to do with the actual distributors. So it's not always the distillery's fault. Quite frankly, it's not really the store's fault either. But I don't think that's news to anyone. So. Let's break into this maple barrel finish. Because I definitely need something to clear me out. Spilled a little bit. That's all right. But I'm also going to be drinking copious amounts of water this evening. Oh my goodness. Todd Cooper. Todd Cooper with the snuffy chat says, can't wait to try these new bottles. Feel better, buddy. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't feel like super terrible. It's just this like lingering thing of like, I can't do stuff. I can't really go anywhere. I've got to like, it's more of an inconvenience than it is anything. Like, again, like I don't feel sick. It's just present in my body, and I tested positive for it. So, Bourbon Bites, cheers, Barry, listening in on my drive home. What's going on, Clifton? I'm excited to see your stream tonight. I'll talk about that in a second, actually. Matt Sims, haven't been on in a long time. Cheers, everyone. What's going on, Matt Sims? Dude, it is good to see you in here. I'll say friggin' cheers to that. That is sweet as can be. The maple syrup finish is ridiculous. It's got like a little bit of a spice halfway through the palate too that just kind of helps to round out some of these notes that could skew more just sweeter in general. Lil says, I feel that, Pear. I'm sure you do, Lil, and I think about you guys literally every single day. And I know you said that you're starting to feel a little bit better, so I hope it stays that way. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Scott Pigsley, Perry Ritter, or Perry Hot Toddy Fund. Man, I haven't had a hot toddy in a while. I wonder what a hot toddy would be like with the maple finish. Ooh, that might actually be really good. I'll have to do that at some point. So I was gonna start saying this. Also, thank you, Scott, so much. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to gloss over my thank yous. But I was gonna say this earlier when Clifton hopped in. I am tonight. It does sound really good, Todd. Going to be doing something for the first time, and it's mostly just me trying to get stuff tested out, more so than me like dedicating an entire like hour, 2 hours to it. It's something I'm going to be doing more moving forward. But after I am done with my stream and before Clifton's stream starts, I am going to be streaming a little bit on Twitch. So you can find that My Bourbon Gamer. I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start Pokemon Legends Arceus. I tested it out just a little bit the other day just to see what it was about, but I didn't really get very far in it at all. So I think I'm going to hop into that. But again, it's twitch.tv/My Bourbon Gamer, or you can just search My Bourbon Gamer on Twitch. And so I'll be doing some more video game stuff over there for the foreseeable future. Just something extra to do, something extra to stream, because I love video games. I'm a gamer girl. At My Bourbon Gamer on Twitch, indeed. Bourbon Bites is excited. Clifton's excited. Heck yeah. A couple of snuffy chats to catch up on here. Matt Sims, thank you, Matt, so much. And Darren Wright. I don't know if they're coming through on. I don't know if that was Stream Elements or not. Let me refresh that real quick. Hey, there we go. Darren, I apologize. I missed your message. But Matt says, loving the podcast and all the content. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the content right now. Next couple of weeks, we're going to have special guests and interviews. Like next week is going to be #Homie Perry, #GamerGirl. Yeah, no, Darren, I'm really sorry that I missed your message with this snuffy chat. I really, really apologize for that. Excuse me. What was I talking about? I totally lost my train of thought there. COVID brain, I guess. Swan, is that the video of Trev breaking his chair live on stream? Because good stuff. Oh, that's the link for the Twitch. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Brian Waller, did I find my remote? Yes, I did. It's not that I couldn't find the remote last night. It's that I wasn't able to get to it. So what Brian is referring to is this story that I posted on Instagram last night. And I was finally watching season 3 of Stranger Things. And I'd been watching it for a little while. I sat down and binged like 4 or 5 episodes in a row. And Eden earlier That's my channel. Okay, awesome. Thank you for following on Twitch, Lil. I appreciate that. Um, but Eden took the remote away from me earlier in the evening, and then she crawled up on my lap and took a nap. And so I didn't even think anything of it. But you know how Netflix does that thing where if they ask you if you're still watching. I was like, crap. But she woke up very, very. What was that? Weird. She woke up very, very briefly, and I was able to go and grab the remote. And I didn't finish I was talking about what's coming up on the show in the coming weeks. I didn't finish up the episode, the season finale, which is a bummer because I really want to get into it. I know parts of what happened in it, but I'm not going to talk. It doesn't matter. But I had to wrap up a little earlier than I had intended or than I wanted to, just because I want to finish. And I had to come out here and do an interview with Clay Risen, who is an author and is he's a journalist for the New York Times, and we talked about his newest book. That interview is going to be coming out not next week, but the week after. I think anybody who has been looking for like classic TIMBP interviews, you guys are really gonna love this one. You're really, really gonna love this one. It's like an hour and a half of me and Clay, just getting super nerdy about bourbon stuff. So, spoiler alert: David Harbour becomes the Red Guardian. Was that before or after he became Hellboy for a movie? Joseph Brazos here. What's going on, Joseph? It's one of these days during your stream, I'm just going to walk right on in your garage while streaming. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Like that sounds like something you would just you would absolutely do. So yeah. But yeah, so next week's episode is going to be with Wrestling with Whiskey, whom you might also know as Matt Ruwalt, who also wrestled as Aiden English in the WWE. He's now wrestling with Impact as well. Really excited to get to chat with Matt. He's been one of those folks that I've wanted to get on the show for a long time, and he's actually a fan of the show, which is crazy to me. And like, I sent him a message. It was in like 2020 initially, maybe, just saying, hey, big fan of your stuff that you post, like, because I'm not really a wrestling guy, but I said it'd be really cool to have you on the show sometime, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to, I'm a fan of the show. And I just was like, just blew me the heck away. So very, very cool, and I'm excited about that. But I feel like I've not talked about this maple barrel enough either. Joseph, is that the Riffness that you're talking about there? Yeah, it's got like maple candy, which I'm not, entirely surprised by on the nose. But excuse me. Talking wrestling and didn't invite my dad. Papa Ritter isn't usually available when we record in the middle of the day. So I can still ask him. He might be able to, but we'll certainly see. What is going on here? John Hughes with the Snuffy Chat. Thank you, John. That's the Embellish podcast. If you guys have not checked them out, you should do so. They just got recognized by Uprocks. It was one of the top 20, I think it was 20 whiskey podcasts to listen to right now. So very cool. Very, very cool. Congratulations, John. So I guess I got my work laid out for me. Yeah. It's funny because there's something very familiar about the maple barrel where it just kind of, I don't know, like despite the fact that it's a finished bourbon, it's still got a lot of these qualities that make me feel like it is like almost standard bourbon, like not 100% standard bourbon, but um like it doesn't feel like it's so out of the realm of what bourbon actually is. Um all right, well, so I'm going to start top down here. John says that article is sham, no TIMBP. We have been recognized before by folks. So at the end of the day, like I am perfectly okay with the new guard being recognized. So you guys are, I'm very excited for you all. Very, very excited. Scott says, Perry, you're going to get a little excited if you keep unbuttoning your shirt. I'm not unbuttoning my shirt. It's just kind of a low cut Henley. So I apologize, Lil. Junior Pancake, my bourbon pod is number one in my heart. Thank you, buddy. Been doing it for long enough. I hope people are, still happy with it. And I know things have changed and shifted and everything, but I think at the heart of it, it's still TIMBP. It's still it's still what I am the most proud of content-wise, and proud of the things that I just have produced since I've been making things. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who's been around and sticks around and believes in us and finds ways to continue to support us, even if we're not exactly what we once were. But I'm happy to be here. That's all I can say. Happy to be here. Happy to have you guys. Happy to not have COVID severe enough that I can't smell or taste or get up off the couch or breathe. It's a big one. Breathing is fun. So I am, despite the inconvenience of it, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that it's not as bad as it was, or as it could have been for many, many people. Swan says, I have a recording set up here in Indy now. Or India. Yes. What's going on? Will Henderson. Hendo's in the house, everybody. He says, what's up, everybody? I say, what's up to you, Will Henderson? It's good to see you. If I keep unbuttoning the shirt, it's going to be hashtag Perry After Dark. And Darren says, TIMBP rules. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, as always. That is Will Henderson, I believe. The thing, like, there's nothing left to unbutton. Like, I just... Perry, the only thing I miss is the news segment and Swan. Eric has been a great new era. If there's enough in favor of the news, I don't mind to bring it back. It just felt like we were doing what a lot of other people were doing, talking about news, and just like reading off headlines and everything. I didn't want to be like that guy, but I also am not opposed to bringing it back, because I mean, there's so much going on in the bourbon world that, and I mean, that's why people listen to the podcast, right? Because they want to see what our impressions of things are and what our takes are, and and I mean, to be fair, give me a pair of scissors and I keep the deep V growing. Fair. And it's not to ignore the fact. I think that this is something that I've never really acknowledged, like in person or in public, rather. But like the most successful era of the podcast was when we were doing a lot of news. So I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that we do need to bring it back. But and you only got news from us. A fair reason for us to consider, if we are the only show that is doing like a news segment for people, I can understand that. I can totally understand that. So it was out of a place of me just not wanting to be like everybody else. I think that's what it gets down to. But I'm, to be fair, but also to be fair, um, that's, you know, I have no problem with shifting and reshifting and bringing things back to the way that um, that people want it to be. That's no problem for me at all. So maybe a little, at least a little news each week. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. We can talk about some new releases, maybe a couple of things that are happening. I mean, like next week would be a great time to talk about Green River because I mean it's everywhere, and I mean I haven't gotten to try it yet. I really want to, especially because people are just raving about it. So we'll definitely we can bring some news back. I don't see any reason not to. I think it would be to our benefit to do such a thing. Where did my Oh, it's still there. You just can't see it. I gotta work on this lighting. You can't watch the new Letterkenny because Hulu doesn't like your VPN. That is unfortunate. Because it's a really good season. It's very short, but it's very good. Perry, would you like to record a news section with me for Patreon? Hot takes and high proof drinks. Ooh, that's fun. Potentially, yeah. Darren, right? I personally don't care, but I would love to hear you and Eric banter with it. Heck yes, that's what it's all about. Hello, Eric. Speaking of the devil, and he shall appear. Eric's not the devil. He's a sweet, sweet guy. Matt Sims, news headlines would be good, especially new releases, but I like that you don't belabor it. I think that's the thing too, is that, so that I don't want to, like, if we did bring it back, like, I wouldn't want to spend too terribly long on it just to kind of get some, like, just to get some takes out of the way up top. But I have no problem with it. Again, I have no problem with it. And tune in next week. Maybe we'll have some news back. So, Dash says hi. What's going on, Dash? Hi, buddy. Hope you're well. Mutant is in the house. Man, this maple barrel. Maybe once a month. I think there's enough going on. I mean, as long as we're not like scraping the bottom of the barrel, I think there's enough for us to bring it back semi regularly. So, or at least every week. A lot of it kind of depends on what the content of that week's episode is going to be as well. Like a big interview episode might get a little bogged down with a bunch of news, but yes. Look at it this way, news is easy content. You just hit the Google machine and react. That's why I started doing an every so often news bit on YouTube. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I like content wise, it's great. And I mean, it gives us talking points, and, Eric and I can banter back and forth about it, and Swan when he's able to join in. And yeah. So I'm excited to bring the news back. It'll be fun. Eric, I hope you're ready for news. Swan, I hope you're ready for news. I do, like, has anybody seen the only real review I've seen? Let me do this so that I'm not screaming. The only real review I've seen of the new Green River has been from Fred, and he said it was just leaps and bounds better than what Ozzy Tyler was beforehand. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's not like Ozzy Tyler was winning double gold, triple gold, or whatever the heck, platinum. So yeah, I haven't seen any other any real reviews on it. just yet, other than Fred Minix. Some weeks news is slow, some weeks there's a bunch. Absolutely. Which gives us the chance to do reviews and stuff like that. We're gonna have to review very soon because we just got it in the mail. Barrel Seagrass 16, which I'm very excited for, and really quite like. And then Barrel 31 as well. Barrel Batch 31. It's different. It's a markedly different barrel bourbon batch. So I look forward to doing a little bit of a review on it. Tony, I guess the truth is I'm being lazy and asking you to read the news for me. That is not lazy. Like, that is literally what a news outlet is for. I mean, there's no news, there's no bourbon like news channel, right? So I mean, if we can provide that to you and to other people, there's no reason for us to not do it. Like, if that's where you get your bourbon news from, by all means. I mean, I'm more than happy to do it. I think that sounds like just a swell idea. So, oh gosh, yeah. OZ Tyler was hot garbage, but like hot lava level hot garbage. It's a low bar. That's true. I have to finish every news segment with "Stay Classy, San Diego." John says, I was on with Bourbon Lynn's guys last night, and they were headed to Owensboro today to do the tasting thing. I would suspect the rest of the channels will have Green River content starting tomorrow. I would love to. I would love to get to try it. So, you want a seagrass that you like, Eric? This might be it. I mean, truly, it's extremely different from what the seagrass release that came out last year was. Seagrass 16 is different. Don't go into it expecting the high proof of the original. Yeah, for sure. BNN, Bourbon News Network, you lead anchor. Eric takes bourbon music. Swan gets bourbon weather. I'll take human interest. Hey, I think that sounds like fun. That'd be fun to do Bourbon News Network. And oh man, we could go in so many different directions with that. It could be not I. Yeah, I kind of figured what you were saying there, Scott. But Joseph says, considering I really only listen to one bourbon podcast, news and TTV labels really interest me. And another good advocation for, somebody who doesn't listen to any other bourbon podcasts. So I think that this is proof enough that we need to bring the news back, because it makes sense. It seems to make sense. It gonna rain. Thanks, Eric. You're Swan. I'm going to get the seagrass right now, but you want the 16. Yeah, I had to reach back out because I hadn't heard from our contact at Barrel in a while, and just ask if we were going to be able to get 16 and batch 31. He said it was no problem, so that was nice. This just in: new news coming to TIMBP. New TIMBP news coming to TIMBP. I can do the anchor thing, I guess. That's more like Hollywood anchor. It's like a mix of Hollywood and Walter Cronkite, kind of. Who would have thought that a maple barrel finished bourbon would work as well as this does? I mean, and it's only finished 4 months, so it's not like overwhelming or anything. But yeah, if you guys really do want one, I mean, let us know. We'll see what we can do. The only one on YouTube that does news is Jason, and it's not a regular thing. I mean, this would really just be for the podcast. I don't know if we would do much news-wise on YouTube, unless we do the Bourbon News Network, which would be fun. Well, she was an American girl, raised on promises. I'm not doing so great with the singing tonight, but hi, Papa Ritter. Clifton says, finally home, time for a drink. I need to get some of those finished Nulus. Let us know. Let us know. Looking forward to my ticker tape soundbite. I've got sound bites, man. Swan. Swan says, I ask Chad to do that, or Chase, excuse me, to do that almost 2 years ago. Well, hey, man, if Chase listens to you, that's a win, dude. Eric says we can definitely help with getting people all 3 picks. We can. Just let us know. Just let us know. Send us a message. We'll see what we can do for you. What's the proof on the Mabel? 118. 118 proof. The highest of the 3 was actually, the highest of the 3 single barrels that we wound up picking was my favorite barrel. It was 120 proof. So that was the one that Eric brought up, and we all were like, yeah, absolutely. It tasted like Hawaiian Punch, and the sticker is Perry's Punch. This is really fun. Dad says, hi, COVID, Perry. Hi, Papa Ritter. Swan says the best soundbite is still LaGrange on repeat. That is absolutely... That's my favorite thing that I've ever done. And I don't... Because it's just so dumb, and it was so simple. But for a last call... I was getting towards the end of 2020. It was before Eden was born. Swan and I went to the last call bar, and the band that was playing was ZZ Top, but it was only the intro part to LaGrange, like up until it gets to the drum fill, and then it just starts back over from the beginning, and it works so perfectly, and it's so mind-numbingly frustrating as well, because you just, every time you're like, oh, maybe they're going to start at this time, and it just doesn't work, or it doesn't get there. And it's spectacular. It's so good. You did almost post LaGrange though. That's funny. It's funny. Yeah, the last call, I talked about the last call like everybody knows what it is, but it's on Patreon. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. But in 2020, I was doing pretty regularly this edited bit for the Patreon where every week Swan and I would go to the Last Call Lounge, and it was all audio, the magic of audio editing. And there would be a different bartender each week and a different musical act, and the drinks would always be weird and different, and I had so much fun doing that. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous. Ooh, Papa Ritter had some OBC picks tonight at Malone's. What'd you have? Some Four Roses, maybe some Taylor. I don't know. You forgot about Last Call Lounge. So good. Leon Redbone was 400 years old. That is very true. He was a dinosaur. Oh, Don, that is a great question for the pregame chats tomorrow. Don, I don't know if you're still in here, but that is an awesome question for Matt. Dad, I don't even think I told you, Papa Ritter. We're interviewing Matt, we're interviewing Aiden English tomorrow. So, well, I mean, he's going to be on the show. It's not like a full interview or anything, but I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I need to find out his email address. BT and Old Forester. There you go. The best was Eric's first trip to the lounge. That that was so fun. That was so much fun to edit, and I like that line where I say, "All right, look, how about this? I'll go up to him, I'll slip him a $5, and I'll see if he knows Misery Business," which is a song by Paramore. The first time that I said it, I laughed so hard. It took me a solid it took me like 3 or 4 takes to really get it, because that that just cracked me up so much. And Eric thought it was hysterical too. Those are some of my favorite editing moments that I've had. So if you've not listened to them on Patreon, go check them out. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast at $5 a month. Rumor spreading round. Where is Texas town? That Texas town. Well, that shack outside LaGrange. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get copyright struck. Joseph, so in May, will I have better luck at Four Roses Cox Creek gift shop or the regular Lawrenceburg gift shop? Ooh. Hit or miss. I mean, if you're going to the Cox Creek one, you may as well go to Heaven Hill and Willett and all that stuff as well. Just because, I mean, it's basically out Bardstown way. But I don't know. I have not been to the new Four Roses gift shop yet, so I don't know what their consistency of putting stuff out is. Not that the newness of the gift shop really determines that or anything, but just they could be trying to entice people to keep coming back and coming back. So Todd Koopa's headed out. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, buddy. It's good to see you in here as well. Dad loves Misery Business. It's funny. Well, yeah, Dad. Joseph's going to be in Central. They're going to be here for the meetup in May, the meetup and live show and everything. Which, by the way, if you don't know, we are doing on the water check. Next one. If you don't know, we are going to be doing a meetup and live show in Lexington on Memorial Day weekend. And the rooms at the hotel, they are found on Patreon. If we have enough interest, we can open it up to other people, of course, if it books out through Patreon. But the live show is going to be opened up to more people than just the Patreon crowd. So, I mean, not that this is not just limited to Patreon. If, like I said, if people want to get in, we can make it happen. But if you want to find out everything about it right now, it's Patreon. Actually, I was coming anyway, so the meetup is a bonus. There you go. Swan is a life coach. Swan is indeed the life coach. He's coached me through parts of my life. So. That maple barrel finish. Daggone it. So good. So good. That was Eric's favorite of the bunch, too. So, Swan, I can't control my own life. Well, that happens sometimes, buddy. That happens sometimes. That's why you're a fan, Darren. That's funny. All right, I'm going to finish out the evening, because we're in the last 10 minutes, with batch 31 of Barrel Bourbon. This release is 111.2 proof. And the minimum the minimum age of this particular product is 6 years. I don't know the entire makeup of that. The timing of that last comment was very unfortunate. Was it my comment or yours? I'm a little lost there, and I apologize. Nope, that's not what I was trying to search. Barrel bourbon batch 31. A blend of 6, 7, 10, 15, and 16-year-old barrels based on their website. Sourced from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. So there's some good older juice in here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Breaking Bourbon gave it a good review. Yeah, Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. Which is not surprising. Not surprising. But at the same time, I mean, Joe and Tripp are doing great stuff. So I can't complain. Your comment about Swan. It's all good, man. It's all good. All right, Eric's saying he's getting the kids to sleep. See y'all. See you, Eric, virtually tomorrow. Lil wants a bottle of Seagrass, but it's $2.29 Australian. Yikes. Joe's still got a batch 18 you haven't cracked yet. Dang, man. I don't know if I've had batch 18. I have to look back through my samples. I feel like I might have. But, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if we were getting samples from them when it was on 18. I mean, that was like end of 2019, beginning of 2020, something like that. Yeah, definitely wait to come to the States to pick up Seagrass, Lil. That's a lot for that bottle. But the 16 it's very different. I like it. I do, just from the little bit that I've had. But I'm looking forward to having more and reviewing it as well. It's a very rich barrel bourbon. Yeah, it's very creamy. It's very hot. Got a lot of alcohol punch, despite the fact that it's like 111 proof. But I mean, it drinks. It drinks very well. I mean, it's not hard to get into by any means. So I like it. You heard 18 won a bunch of stuff, so you got it. There you go. Speaking of bottles, are 2 Riffmas still safe at our house? Yes, they are. Yes, they're good. I think one of them actually might be with the Brennickys, because they wound up with one extra on accident. I think that's right. So Joseph, you got a sample of Seagrass from Brandy and it was delicious. Never even seen it otherwise. I think I saw it not too long ago here in Lexington. So you might be able to, if I can help out, of course. I'll try to do so. Oh, was somebody from Wild Turkey named the whiskey director at Blue Run? Yeah, Yeah, that's so cool. Dave Jennings just shared this. I'm certain many of y'all have seen this by now, but if not, it's worth a read. Shaylin Gammon was Eddie's right hand, helping to craft and shape expressions that we all know and love. Now she'll be working alongside Jim Rutledge at Blue Run. Very cool. Very, very cool. Awesome. By accident, yeah. I do have bottles everywhere. But look, I mean, if it's a bottle that belongs to somebody, I'm not touching it. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Did I say on accident? You meant by? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I got you, Joseph. Correcting my grammar. Yeah. All right. Blue Run is still overpriced. Yes. Yes, indeed. But okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and end things off here, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking with me this week. Oh, no. Whiskey Proof just stopped in. What's up, dude? What's up with you, man? Hope you're well. Sorry. I want to make sure that I get this stuff set up for Twitch right as well. So, yeah, if you want to see me stream a little bit of games, I'm going to start Pokemon Legends Arceus over on Twitch. You can just search for My Bourbon Gamer, and I should come up. But yeah, I'm gonna hop over there here in a couple minutes, and we should be done around the time that Clifton gets streaming. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've been watching on the replay as well, thank you for tuning back in. But appreciate you guys. Hopefully next week I will be significantly less congested, and we'll be good to go. But I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much. See you all very soon. Until then, I'm Perry, and this is TIMBP Live. Gotta hit it.